Hello friends, in this lecture we will understand that how a structure variable can be passed through the function with the help of its address. That is, how a function can pass the argument of a structure type with the help of its reference. That is the example of call by reference. Let's check this with the help of a practical example with the help of a C program. Now here in this program I have declared a structure named books with the member variables title of string type, author of string type, subject of string type, book ID of integer type. Now below this structure declaration, I have declared a function named as print book with one argument of structure type, structure books type. Now as you can see here, I have uses a pointer type variable which is of books type, books which is a structure. Now in the main function I have declared two variables for this books, book 1 and book 2. These are the two normal variables which will hold the value for the title, author, subject and book ID. These two variables will hold the different values for book 1 as well as for book 2. Now below that I have uses string standard library function, that is strcpy, which will copy the source string C programming into the target string, which is book1.title. When this statement is executed, at that time this source string C programming is copied to the target string, which is book1.title, where the title is the member variable for the structure type variable book1. Similarly, I have copied again a source string Gaurav Kaushik to the author of book 1. And finally, C programming tutorial, again string, is copied to the book 1 dot subject. Now the book ID for this particular member, that is book 1, is 100, which is of integer type. Now similarly I have initializes the values for book 2, that is C++ programming for book 2 dot title, Kaushik Gaurav for the author of book 2, and programming in C++ for the book 2 dot subject, and the book ID for this particular variable of structure books is 200. Now I have called the function print book. As soon as I have called this particular function, it will check the argument. Now the argument is ampersand book 1. Here this ampersand is showing the address of book 1 variable. Now the address of book 1 variable is passes to the definition. As soon as the address of book 1 is passes to the definition of print book function, now the address of this book 1 is copied into the pointer type variable, that is asterisk book. Here this is the variable, pointer type variable, which will hold the address of book 1. Now as the address of book 1 is copied into the book, and I will call the value of book 1 dot title with the help of this pointer type variable book with the help of this arrow symbol. Now this arrow, in the case of pointer, this arrow works just like the dot operator in the normal case. Now the book title will result the title of book 1. Similarly, book author will result the string that is held by the author of book 1, and book subject, this will result the subject in book 1. Finally, book ID, which is of integer type, is resulted by this particular statement. As soon as this block of statement is completed, the compiler will switches over to here. Now In the next statement, I have again called the function print book having one argument, which is having the address of book 2. Now since I have passed the address, then this address is copied to the this pointer type variable book. Now this pointer type variable book is of which type? Of books type. Now books is a structure. Now again in the same way we have done in the book 1, in the same case book 2 member variables book 2, that is title, author, subject and book ID, will be received by this particular statement. Now book subject, book author, book title as well as book ID will results the values stored by book 2. Let's run the program. Now here in the output you can see all the values that we have stored in book 1 as well as in book 2 are displayed. All the values of book 1 and book 2 are displayed over here. So in this way we can pass the address of a particular structure through the function. Now this is the case when we use the call by reference. It is used to send the address of the variable of structure, and this original address is copied into the pointer type variable. So in this way we can call this structure with the help of reference, with the help of its address. Thank you so much.